Welcome to Let's Talk Monday, where you get amazing, inspirational, and very educative discussions. And this is courtesy of Silver Eye Media. And today, our topic of discussion is going to be why there is an increase of teenager pregnancies. And today, I'm joined with one of the teachers in our great nation. He is also a guiding and counseling teacher in his school.
Karibu sana.
Santa.
Yeah. You can tell us more about yourself.
Yes.
Apart from teaching, what do you do?
Of course, teaching is my primary job. That is what I do, and I love it. So I'm a teacher. Other things I think are personal.
And you've not even told us your name.
My name, okay, I'm Mr. Adagala Samuel, and I teach, and I'm a teacher.
Apart from teaching, you're also a guiding and counseling teacher.
In my school, I serve as a guiding and counseling teacher. I am also a class teacher of a very sensitive class Form 2. So those are the roles that are with me as per now.
And you've seen since the corona began, that was in March.
Yes.
It's around 3 years. We've seen 3 months.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 3 months. We've seen the cases of corona is increasing, but despite the cases of corona increasing, we are also experiencing a new problem.
Yeah.
And this is teenager pregnancy. According to you, or from where you see, what do you think could be the reason as to why there's an increase of teenager pregnancies?
We'll talk about idleness and boredom. You know, these are young-minded kids who are used to being at school, and they were kept busy by being at school, doing schoolwork and so on. So that idleness has sunk into them so much in that they have nothing else to do but to indulge in sexual
Other activities,
yes,
like sexual.
and that is what is leading to these teenage pregnancies. Another one could be alcohol and substance abuse. You know, now the boys, the young lads have now gotten an opportunity to start now using the drugs. Others are using alcohol. You know, when they use it, they are not themselves. They start thinking of other things. They start imagining. Even some of them are led to the levels of getting hallucinated. And so once somebody gets hallucinated, he or she, when somebody is intoxicated, he or she can do anything. Even the girls, when they get they consume some alcohol, you know, they can be raped, and they may not know what is happening to them. So once they are raped, they become pregnant, and those are the cases we are seeing all over. Yes.
And do you think girl child empowerment?
Yes.
We have seen in so many years,
Yes.
the girl child has been empowered more than the boy child. Could this be a factor as to why there's an increase of teenager pregnancy?
You know, the Constitution itself is made in such a way that it is protecting the girl child. The girl child is protected. He is covered. There's no way you'll go and touch a girl child and go and notice. Somebody will notice that you have touched this girl and you have gone. Even if once the girl child speaks and says you did this, so the girl child is aware that I am protected. I am covered by the Constitution, so I can do it. So, and when we go to the court, I'll say he did it. So you know, the girl child knows. The girl child knows very well.
You've mentioned another factor.
Yes.
About the Constitution.
Yes.
Like kitambo kulikuwa na hii, as in mtoto alikuwa ni wa jamii.
Yes.
As in you wouldn't see another kid doing something wrong, and then you keep quiet and say that this child is atisa siwezi mkataza.
Yes.
But now the Constitution, now that you've talked about, nowadays it's protecting the child in that mtoto wenyewe hawezi mwambia kitu.
Yes.
Do you think the Constitution should be changed in that the society should now come back in taking care of these kids and make sure that these cases of teenager pregnancies is somehow reduced?
To me, I will say there should just be some reforms to ensure that it is a societal responsibility when it comes to the child, especially both boys and girls, because once a child knows that if I'm going to do wrong here, then it is going to go around the community, around the society, and I will be doing against the norms of the society. So the Constitution should have some reforms to ensure that children are taken care of by the society and not making it like an individual responsibility in that ukichapa mtoto wa mtu unasikia
sheria inakukujia.
yes the government will come for you. No, that one should not be the case. I think the society should be charged with the responsibility of taking care of these children, so that they are nurtured in a manner that is very good, and to avoid such pregnancies.
And according to you,
yes,
who is failing? Who is failing to protect, or is failing in this scenario of teenager pregnancies?
In this case, I will say all aspects have failed, all arms. There are loopholes everywhere in the government, because the government is, we have talked about protecting the child. The parents have also failed. I will also say, as a teacher, we have failed, because if we could have developed these children earlier on. You know, these children are doing things out of curiosity. They are told, you do this, it will be bad. You do this, it will harm you. You do this. So they are doing it out of curiosity. So if teachers, we could have taken up that responsibility. Me, I am a teacher of guidance and counseling, and I speak plain truth. So I will always tell a child, this is wrong, this is right. This is a mango, and this is an avocado. So that if you want to eat an avocado, you eat an avocado. You don't eat a mango thinking that you are eating an avocado. So if it is if it is a fork, we call it a... So we have failed as teachers. Parents have failed, the government has failed, and even the children themselves have also failed.
Let's talk about social media.
Yes,
we've seen that now that schools are not opened. The students, most of the students are at home. And now they have introduced the e-learning, where the students are required to access the internet so that they can have their classes. Could this be a factor leading to teenager pregnancies? So as in, kids access other sites which they are not meant for them to access.
Yeah, you know, parents may not know. You know, these kids, these girls, these teenagers are smart. These are people who have been to school, and the only school has stopped for a short while. So they are smart upstairs, and they know all the sides. They discuss. They are at a certain stage. The stage of adolescence, the stage of curiosity comes in. You know, so they will want to know, which site is this? They have heard of pornographic things, materials, literature, and so on. They will go and look for the literature, and they can be able to get the materials online. So they go for them. They look at them, they watch. So through all that, you find that they are able to get the information. They are able to do sex, which is premature, and that one has actually led to teenage pregnancies. And the question we should be asking ourselves is, who is buying for them, or who is giving them the funds? The parents, of course.
Yeah, like the other day we saw Professor Magoa.
Yes.
He was accusing the parents of this factor, of this teenager pregnancy thing. Yes. You're saying the parents are failing.
They have failed.
Do you support whatever the professor was saying?
I really support him 100%, because you see, parents should be. It is their time to take care of their children. It is their time to make sure that our children are safe at home, our children are occupied, and our children are not engaging in issues which are going to make them pregnant as teenagers. So they have failed. They have failed because they do not tell their children what should be done. They have not opened that open talk with their children. You know, you open a talk with your child. So search your child, know your child. Then you know if your child is happy, if your child is annoyed, if your child is indulging in some petty issues which may lead to pregnancies or other things which may not be good for them. So you have to talk to your child and open that free talk. It is like you are guiding. You have taken up that role of a guidance and counseling teacher at school. So you are talking to your child. You are encouraging him. You are motivating him, so that this child knows, even if I get this, my dad will do this. So that you are able to even give your child what he or she wants. You are able to tell your child, if you pass this, I'll do this. So that even if a young man comes telling your daughter that I'll buy you this, your daughter is able to know that even if you buy me this, my dad is able to afford this, which is even better than this one. So we have to be there for our children. As parents, we have to be there for our children, so that they don't indulge in such like cases which are leading to very high number of teenage pregnancies.
What's another factor that you think will cause, apart from the ones that you've mentioned?
I think lack of role models. These children are actually do not have role models. Imagine a child who has a role model at school, maybe the principal is her role model. Then she goes home and she stays with the grandmother. The grandmother has no knowledge about these things. The grandmother cannot talk to her. Maybe the grandmother is too elderly. So this child lacks a role model, and she's easily convinced by boys, and she goes out into the bush, and you know. Then also, of course, poverty. You know, some of these children comes from very humble backgrounds, and the only way they can survive and get food on their table is by indulging in sex. And you know, once you indulge in sex and it is unprotected, what do you get? You become pregnant.
Or you can even get other diseases.
And even get those other diseases. So you see, poverty is also a factor that is leading to these children becoming pregnant.
Okay. And what do you think is the solution to curbing or reducing these cases of teenager pregnancies?
One, I'll say that let all stakeholders play their role very well. Let parents play their role. Let the government play its role. Because once everybody is playing his or her role very well, I'm sure we will not have these cases. Look at a case whereby a parent is providing, a parent is talking, has an open forum with her children or his children. You see, it will actually, that role play will actually help in reducing this number of cases. Two, I think abstinence. We need to talk to our girls and boys. Let them abstain from sex. Let them know that we need to avoid this issue of sex until we get mature, until
right
we
time.
marry, yes, or we get married and so on. So once you abstain from sex, I'm sure we will have a reduced number of teenage pregnancies. Then also we need to work in safe places. You know, some of our children come from areas which are so remote, insecure. So what happens? They are raped.
Defiled.
So, yes. So once a minor is defiled, what do you expect? He will become, or she will become pregnant. So we need to keep, let security be our priority. Let us work in places which are secure, which are safe, so that we are able to avoid these issues of defilement which may lead to pregnancy. Yes.
Yeah. Apart from that, do you think the government should create a platform whereby these kids access the internet for the right purpose? In that, they, like the channels in the television, one should just be for life skills, teaching the boys and girls between the right and the wrong, or even the social media.
Mr. Ongesa, you will agree with me that the government has all it takes. The government has all it takes to control this. The government has power. The government itself is power. So it can establish places or points. At least it can go with the word. In every word, you can have at least 3 points or 3 areas or 3 places whereby these children can assemble. They are talked to. They are encouraged. They are taught how to live with each other as brothers and sisters. The issues of life skills can also be taught. So the government has all the mandate. It has all the power. It has the funds to do that. It is only that we have talked about a loophole. The government has relaxed. It has taken to reluctance.
A backseat and watching these things ruin our society.
Children are just free. They do not know. Then whatever should also be given to the children should also be good literature. Let it be educative. You don't have to give out literature which may end up spoiling this child's tomorrow. You know, a child is spoiled morally. In terms of behavior and so on.
And do you advise your kids to use contraceptives?
In terms of contraceptives, I'd say no. Because we're talking about the health of these children. These are children who are growing. They want to make their own lives. They want to live, go to school, finish their education, then later on they also make their own families. What about if it is going to affect them in terms of health-wise? You know, we will be killing a future. we will be killing a future which we are not even aware. Then you also be encouraging this child to do it. So the child will do it knowing that I am safe, I cannot get pregnant. So to me, we need just to avoid this issue of contraceptives and just talk to our children, educate them, and let them know that doing sex at such a time will lead to pregnancy.
Okay, thank you. Before we wind up our show, I'll give you in less than a minute.
Yes.
Before we go to our next segment, I want you to pitch your last words.
My parting shot to everybody who is watching the show is that let us keep safe. Let us protect the future. And the protection of the future starts with the person who is affected, the child, the teenager. Live your future. Don't live the current life you are living. The future is more important than what you are living right now. So let us live the future. Parents, let us live the future. Let us understand the future of our children. Where are they going? What is the future we are having for them? If the future isn't good for them, we are the people who are responsible. If the future is good for them, then we are also responsible. So let us live the future. To everyone, the government, let us live the future. This is our future, the teenagers. Let us protect them.
Okay, thank you very much. We are going to our last segment of this show.
Yes.
And in this segment, in this team, there are questions. These are just random questions. We'll pick them in a random set. You pick one, whatever you pick, you will ask me the question that you found. Yeah. So I'll let you, because you're the guest, I'll let you pick one question.
Any.
Okay. So you can ask me the question that is there.
Okay, the question that is here, it is a game.
Yeah, it's a game.
Fine. What gets wetter, the more it dries?
I think it's a towel.
Okay. A towel? How?
Yeah. The more you use it, the more it gets wet.
Listen to the question. What gets wetter, the more it dries?
Oh, what gets wetter, the more it dries?
I don't know. I also don't know. I don't want to give like I know the answer. But I think it's also a towel.
But I'll stick with the towel.
A towel? Because
as you're wiping yourself, you become dry. Yeah, and the towel becomes wetter.
Okay, so it is both the towel and the body.
I think
so.
Yeah. If you could time travel, where will you go?
America.
Why America? Of all the places.
Because I want to make America great.
America is already great.
It isn't. Okay, if I was to time travel, I'd go to America because I want to explore. I want to see the world. I want to see what other people are doing.
Adventure.
I just want to adventure and make fun.
Okay, let's go to another question. You can pick one. I'll ask you this time.
Yeah, faster.
Yeah. What is one animal that you are really afraid of?
The tiger. It's okay. Trust me.
If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what will it be?
Chapati and kuku.
Chapati and kuku, okay.
Yes. Don't ask me any questions because you just make me feel I should be eating right now.
Okay. Pick one as we wind up our show. Ask me the question.
How many chickens will it take to kill an elephant?
I think it will take 100,000.
100,000. I think chickens can't kill an elephant.
Hapo na umenipata. If you are arrested with no explanation, what will you tell your friends and family, or how will they react?
If I was arrested without a reason, how would my friends and relatives react?
No, or assume what have you done?
I think it will be driving recklessly because I drive very fast.
I saw you coming in.
And you saw how I came in. I felt like I was late for the show and so on.
Yeah, but you made it.
I think.
Okay. What sport will be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to?
Football.
You
know, when somebody scores and you are, wow, add one more, bring two more, and so on.
Okay.
So that is.
Kati
ya hizi mbili ni gani ya aibu? Kupata ukijipima viatu za mgeni akipata akiongeza maji ya ugali.
Mgeni akikuta akiongeza maji ya ugali. That's more funny.
To me kujipima viatu because the shoes are just around and they unajipima ndani. Oh, so we are done.
Yeah, we are almost done. What is always coming but never arrived?
It is always coming
But has never arrived.
I think the end of the world.
Mm.
Since I was a small, I've always had the world is ending, dunia inaisha. And I'm still hearing it.
Unangoja dunia ishe.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting.
Okay. I think it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. Okay, fine.
Okay. Ask your question.
Imagine you are in a sinking rowboat, surrounded by sharks. How will you survive?
Yeah, I'll just pray.
Okay.
Or rather, I'll stop imagining that
I'll just say God.
That's yours. You can ask me that.
No, you are the host. Okay.
No, you're the guest. So
fine. What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
ooh. The craziest thing I've ever done.
Yes.
I think I've done so many crazy things.
But the craziest. As much as there are many, we want only one. The craziest. Yes.
I wouldn't want to say that here.
So you mean it is so personal?
It's so personal that I don't think it will be. I think I'll tell you after the show.
To me, the craziest thing I've ever done is putting a bicycle on a stand, climbing on it, and riding it so that the tires are rotating and I think I'm moving. So that is the craziest thing.
Okay, it's really good to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, at least we'll organize another show like this one.
Feel free.
Yeah, I'll just give you a call so that we can have good discussions like this one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Guys, we've come to the end of our show. You've heard from him. Until next time, stay tuned. I was your host, Nick Ongeso.